High Guard is now at 1,800 players. So High Guard developers, there was a High Guard developer that had to write out, they wrote out like some kind of struggle post that they had. And I'm trying to see if I can find it. Like, where is the High Guard developer post? Yeah, here it is right here. Reflecting on shipping my first game, High Guard. So this was the guy, you might forget about him. I don't. And so this is the guy right here who he posted and he was complaining that people are being mean to him for being a High Guard developer. And now he's posting something reflecting on shipping my first game. And so everyone I knew who had any connection to the team or project had the same sentiments. Well, that's the problem right there. You already see what I think is so funny about this is that these people, like, how can you be a professional in a field without having any understanding of anything? Like, how you really think that all of your friends and family are going to tell you that your game's bad? No, they're going to look on the bright side. They're going to try to see the good things, and they're going to try to put a positive spin on it to make you happy. I mean, you really should have expected this. Anybody could have expected this, right? It's toxic positivity. Well, it's also that these people don't have a vested interest in this one way or another. Went into detail about it. Yeah, sure. Friends hyping their own game. There's no way this will flop. Is that what they told them? There's no way this will flop. For this, the internal pre-reveal feedback, even from unbiased sources. Well, the thing is that it's not unbiased, right? It's just not. I mean, you think that it's unbiased because you don't understand what, like, I mean, for example, like, if you really wanted to know what gamers think, and also, like, the idea of it being unbiased is stupid. So I'm just thinking out, you know, and just thinking through this. The idea of something needing to be unbiased is, I think, a very misguided idea, because it's not about being unbiased, it's about sharing the values of your audience. So if your audience is biased and you're biased, then you win. If you're biased and your audience isn't biased, then you lose. So whenever you could say, like, you know, because this is a person that, you know, they might say that I have a bias or I have an agenda. Well, what happens whenever my agenda is the prevailing viewpoint? Well, then it means that you better follow my fucking agenda. And if you don't, it's going to fail. And it's not about being my agenda. It's about it being an agenda that resonates with a lot of people and they agree with it. And if you don't have the ability to do that, you're going to put yourself into a lot of problems, right? And so that's really what I would say more than else. And yeah, I try to make a game that couldn't flop instead of making a good game. You need testers biased to gamers. Well, you should have released a play test and see what people said. But then after the trailer came out, it was all downhill from there. Content creators love to, oh, this is about me. Content creators love to point out the bias in folks who give positive previews after being flown out to an event, but ignore the fact that when their negative leaning content gets 10x the engagement of the positive, they've got just as much incentive to lean into a negative, disingenuous direction, whether consciously or not. So this is another, see, this person is actually a retard. And it, like, after reading this, I've never read this before, but like after reading this post that they're making, I actually think that you deserve to go out of business. You do. You fundamentally don't understand people. You don't understand the market. You don't understand your job. You don't understand what your consumers want. And you don't even understand content creation, right? So content creators, I'm going to read this. Content creators love pointing out the bias in folks who get positive previews that are being flown out to an event, but ignore the fact that they're negatively in content. So this is a very common sentiment that people like this have. It's because they don't understand content creation. Content creation is not about making negative or positive content. It's about making content that reaffirms people's biases. So what I mean by that is that whenever you have content that, for example, you know, everybody loves Baldur's Gate 3. You want to know how to get a lot of views? Talk about how Baldur's Gate 3 is good. Everybody loved Black Myth Wukong. You want to know how to get a lot of views? Talk about how Black Myth Wukong is good. Everybody hates Diablo 4. You want to talk about getting a lot of views? Talk about D4 bad. It's such an easy understanding thing, but a lot of these people try to oversimplify it because they don't understand the way that people think, right? Because if they did, they wouldn't be out on their ass and getting fired. So it makes sense that they don't understand it. The best thing is, these guys didn't do any ESG funding. They simply actually believed in the fake industry standard. Well, wait a minute. So these people got no ESG funding. There was no DEI, investment. They made a piece of shit for the love of the game. Wow. And so I don't even know what to say. The hate started immediately. Additioning to dogpiling on the trailer, I personally came under fire for my naivete on Twitter, which almost all now my former coworkers had to learn to avoid during their previous game launches. After setting my account to private to protect my sanity, many content creators made videos and posts about me and my cowardice, amassing millions of views and inadvertently sending hundreds of angry gamers into my replies. So you basically wrote this about me, and I'll do it again. I'll do it again. Make another piece of shit, and I'll be there again. I love it. I'm here every fucking day. Well, besides yesterday. But besides yesterday, I'm here every fucking day. And that's what's gonna happen. No, you want to act like a victim, bro. Like, I'm the victim. I downloaded that game. I wasted 2 hours playing that shit, man. Yeah, we feast on this shit. Yeah, bro, like, you think that, like, you're gonna try, you're looking for sympathy? Like, bro, like, I'm gonna be honest, whenever somebody like this complains that they're getting, they're getting hate, honestly, all it does is motivate me. It really does. Like, there's nothing that motivates me more than seeing one of these little roaches, get stomped out, right? It is. And I'm happy to see it. I love seeing it. And laughed at me being proud. Dude, they laughed at me for being proud of the game, told me to get out the McDonald's applications. He actually saw it. He actually went and saw it. That's crazy. Wow. That's amazing. They laughed at me from proud of the game. It seemed to all think was evidence that the game would be woke trash. All this was very emotionally taxing. Trust me, if you think it was emotionally taxing for you to work on this game for 4 years and then have it be bad, imagine how I felt when I had to wait 4 years to play a game that sucked. That's it. You really, I think about this, right? If you take the total amount of time that you wasted, so like, let's assume everybody that played Highguard played it for like an hour or something like that, right? If you had like 100,000 people that tried the game out, you've wasted 100,000 hours. That's a lot of people's time. So really, let's not get into this. So, I had to sit there and play the game. There's much constructive criticism. You think that constructive criticism matters. You're stupid. You actually, you don't know where you are. You don't know what you're doing. You think that criticism is made invalid when that criticism doesn't meet the criteria that you think is important. You think that invalidates criticism. Wrong, retard. You know what invalidates criticism? It being wrong. That's the reason why, and people not thinking it. If enough people think something, that thing becomes true. And the reality is that, and people don't like this, they don't like hearing this, right? Perception is reality. There is, it's reality. Check 3 posts, they said it was woke. Yeah, exactly. 100K hours in 11 years, exactly. They finally experienced what it's like to not be surrounded by yes men. I'm sure this lesson went straight over their head. It did go straight over his head because you think, you know what I should maybe do? I should actually write out a response to this. Because like this is a huge, massive problem for the video game industry. And I think that really there needs to be a written, constructed, really a well-done explanation for why something is bad and what the problem is with the games and why gamers like seeing bad games fails, etc. Yeah, exactly. And I'm primarily going to maybe write this because as a response to this, because this is a person who is so profoundly stupid that I'm not even mad at this person anymore. I feel bad for them. I do. It's like watching a woodpecker or something like that hitting their head against a piece of wood, except you're not burying any nuts, right? You're just burying your 401k. It's over, right? And so anyway, it's going to find out it's his passion. Yeah, we turned into, okay, let's see here. what is it here? The massive spot was thrown to us again. Was thrown onto us. I love this passive language. Like, oh, Jeff Keighley made you take the last spot in the Game Awards. Oh, he just did this to you. You little insidious fucking weaselly bitch. You nasty little rat. Do you honestly think that they weren't begging for this? They weren't praising Jeff for this? They weren't thinking, oh my God, we got so lucky? You pathetic little weasel. Oh my God. To use this type of language when Jeff puts a $2 million ad slot, gives it to you for free, and you have the audacity to use passive language and imply that he did something wrong? Oh my God. Wow. Wow. What a little dick sucker. You don't see somebody like this every day. I'm sorry about peeking the mic. I usually don't get this loud. Relaxpo, they'll cancel you? I hope so. I'll make more content from it. Why are they hiding this? Because they're stupid. And so anyway, we turned into a joke from minute one. True. Largely due to false assumptions. False assumptions. It doesn't matter. Like, you within minutes, it was decided the game was dead on arrival, and the creators now had free rage bait content for a month. Every one of our videos on social media got downvoted to hell. Comment sections were flooded with the copy-paste meme phrases such as Concord. Dude, this guy actually went and wrote an article about me. Just a minute. He actually wrote an article about me. This is insane. This is like the 4th time he's indirectly referenced me in this video. I can't believe this. Oh my fucking God. To be honest, it was Concord 5. No, I was saying if it was Concord 2 or 3, since it's going to come out before Marathon, but it was announced after Marathon. That was the question, right? Is if it was going to be Concord 2 or 3. So, yeah, he's raging, and Titanfall 3 died for this. At launch, we received over 14K review bombs from users with less than an hour of playtime. Really? Wow. They didn't even finish the tutorial? Really? Wow, you should have made a better tutorial. That must have been it. Well, and also, here's really... So you're talking about review bombing. So here's how you know review bombing isn't an actual problem. Is that you can see video games, and I'm just going to pull up a handful of them, right? No Man's Sky. So you've got this one. This game got massively review bombed when it came out. It's getting better. You've got Monster Hunter Wilds, whereas this here also got review bombed, and now it's coming back, and it's had a better you know, like, player base and everything. Helldivers. Well, Helldivers was, yeah, Overwatch. Overwatch was massively review bombed whenever it came out. It was one of the lowest rated games, and now it's getting like some of its highest player base ever. So like its all-time peak was 4 days ago, and so like Cyberpunk. So this idea that, oh, it's review bombing, this is the reason why we're failing. No, it's not. It's because, and also, if somebody, think about it like this, right? Is that this person this is the problem with Joshipoo. That's his name. I swear to God, it's his literal name. Joshipoo. This is your problem, okay? You blame other people for why things go wrong in your life. Everything in this article is basically, somebody else did this, something happened, this wasn't fair, oh wow, other people's opinions, other people this, other people that. You have no agency in your own life. You actually think that review bombing is unfair. Well, if it's so fucking unfair, then why do people why does it work? Why does it work if it's unfair? Because logically, if everybody is giving it negative reviews and then people play it and it's good, the review bombing will stop. Review bombing doesn't happen to good games. It only happens to bad games. And also, keep in mind, think about how much negative sentiment there was about Divinity. There were a bunch of people mad about it. Like, you want to know how many people rated Divinity 2 down? Like 3 people. That was it. And so antithetical being right in our faces. Yes, exactly. Why is everybody being mean to me? And so anyway, this is, I'm not going to even read the rest of this. Let me go back, see if I can find it. Actually, I'll read a little bit more. In discussions, devs like to blame gamers for their failures and that's a silly, as if gamers have no power, but they do a lot of it. I'm not saying that our failure is purely the fault of gamer culture and the game would have thrived without negative discourse, but it absolutely played a role. Good, well then you should have done the things to avoid the negative discourse. Because it's going to happen again. I love killing games that I don't like. I do. I love it. Sending a bunch of shitty devs back to McDonald's is a privilege that I think that, you know, very few people have. And I like to at least be the herald of that. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I think it's funny. Do it again. I do it again. I do it every day. I do it every day. I love it. You think I give a fuck about you? Absolutely not. Make the game, make something good, that's it. People do that with streamers all the time. They get streamers canceled constantly. You in there, bro, like you step into the arena and that's the way it is. That's the way it goes, man. And it doesn't matter to me. Go after Ubisoft? I have. I've gone after them a lot. And we're a Thrive. Yeah, exactly. And all products are at the whims of the consumers. The consumers put absurd amounts into slandering Highguard, and it worked. There is no slander. Slander implies that something was inaccurate. The only thing that was inaccurate was some people said that they didn't pay, or sorry, that they paid for the slot or something like that, which was totally irrelevant, by the way. A completely irrelevant point. So, and what's this here? Now, every time someone thinks about leaving the golden handcuffs in favor of making a new multiplayer game the indie way, they'll say, but remember how gamers didn't even give Wildlight a chance? Good, exactly, and I hope they think twice about that. And you know what's really funny? Is that the next developer, you know what I've always said about how, like, anybody who thinks that streaming is, like, oversaturated and streaming, like, oh, you can't become a big streamer anymore because there's too many people in the market, there's gonna be a guy next year who you don't know his name today, but in a year from now, you're gonna know his name. And the reason for that is because he didn't believe that. He thought that wasn't true. And you know what else? It's the same thing with this. There's going to be a developer next year that's going to look at what they said, and he's going to be able to identify exactly why Highguard failed. He's going to be, and you know why? Probably because he watched the Legendary Drops video on it, or he read the comments, and he said, wow, this is what people think. Okay, I guess I should make a game that's not like that, because it seems like people don't like this. So the idea is that a good developer doesn't give players what they want, it gives them what they need. But unfortunately, the only thing that Wildlight did is give people what they love to hate. That's it. And how's it possible that game leads are the problem, not normal employees? So everybody is the problem all the way down. This and this is a fantasy that's created by game developers on Twitter, that the only people that are at fault are the high-end executives. This is not true. There are faults all the way up and all the way down. Like, it is retards all the way down. Like, you have baseline coders that are incompetent, DEI, trash, garbage hires. You have mid-level managers that are, you know, ideologues that are trying to put their garbage into a video game, that have been, you know, promoted past competency so they can't get promoted again. Peter Principal Andes, right? And then you have executives that only care about profits, that are just pushing out whatever trash they can, and they don't even play their own games. So all of these things are true. All of them are real. So, and activists, yes, exactly. Well, the activists are like the low to mid-level people, right? And so there will be a developer that reads what you're writing here, and they say, wow, this guy's an idiot. Soon, if this pattern continues, all that will be left are corporations, at least in the multiplayer space. Really? Well, dude, can somebody tell this to Edmund so he can cancel his game? Does he know that, like, only corporations can make video games now? He's not allowed to make this game. Wait a minute, just take it down. Take it down, man. Like, what do you mean? Like, you can't go against this article. Look at Sandfall. And even if Highguard and Rusty launch, what is this here? Our independent, self-published dev studio full of passionate people. You want to know what else is full of a bunch of passionate people? An insane asylum. That's right. They're really passionate. That's why you have to put them in a straitjacket. This whole idea that, oh, well, we really liked it a lot. Oh, we thought it was so good. No, it doesn't matter. Who cares if you thought it was good? Yeah, they're so passionate. It's so pathetic, isn't it? Oh my God, I still believe it. And so do the fans. Which ones? Where? And we continue to champion on the subreddit. And if this venture has come to an abrupt and so emotionally challenging cause, I don't regret 1 second of it. You will. You will. Whenever you try to get hired again, and you know what you should do? You should just not put this on your resume. You should be like, what were you doing for these last 4 years? I was in a domestic violence dispute with my girlfriend, and I beat the shit out of her, and I had a felony. And so I had to go to prison. And they're like, oh, okay, all right, no, that's fine. We thought you worked on High Guard. Really, just leave the gap in your resume, man. Do yourself a favor. Of course, yes, he was fighting ice, yes. You mentioned a sentence mentioning AI? Oh, with zero AI? Why is zero AI? Like, you are so just unbelievably disconnected from what people actually care about. You are putting this as a value indicator. You're so stupid. No, it's beyond pandering, because pandering is what you do whenever you're not making any money. Like, he was making money to do this. He was stupid and he was on a bill. Chill, it's already dead. I know. We're bringing it back to life so we can kill it again. That's it, and we're gonna do it again too. And I wish all the best of luck to those who remain in Wildlife, and I hope High Guard can stay the course. I believe in it, and so do the fans we reached. Yeah, I don't think so, man. I want to shout out some incredibly supportive... I just want to shout out some incredibly supportive journalists and creators. So these are all the dick eaters. These are all the professional dick eaters. Well, good for you, man. Good for you. And, yeah, great job, guys. Amazing. And so let's go back. We're going to look at, like, 3 of these people. Who's this? This is, oh, yeah, I remember seeing him. He was positive. There's somebody else. I don't even know who this guy is. I have no idea. Host a kind of funny videos. I don't even know who any of these people are. I'm going to be honest. I really don't. Like, who are any of these people? Do I know any of them? I don't know this guy. I don't know this. I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is. I don't know any of these people, man. So, yeah, I mean, maybe that's a problem. And anyway, an investor in Ashley Creation has given an interview. Yeah, I'm going to look at it in a little bit. But anyway, so, geez, this does use of it. It's everybody's fault but our own. And so anyway, I'm glad that I read this, because this was as pathetically embarrassing as I expected. And the one thing that I can really, like, this is so bad that it inspires me to write a response. It really does. This actually inspires me to write a response, because some of these people just have such a profound and deep misunderstanding of what bringing a game to market is, what making a product is. Like, they need to get set straight. Somebody got to set them straight. And I think it might have to be me. I don't want it to be me. I don't want to have to do this. I don't need this in my life, but I feel like I have to do it. Do a treehouse video, please? I think I'll write it out. I do, not just games, but life in general. Yeah, and this is a huge problem, man. It really is. And given the backhand of reality, I'll have to. I think I need to. Activist dog posts. What's this here? A dog post. Famous Palestinian activist calls for dogs to be banned as indoor pets because New York City, because they're un-Islamic. Yeah, this is exactly it. Whenever you bring people that are religious zealots into your country, they're going to push their religious zealotry into the country. I mean, this is obvious. No, of course we should not be making decisions based off of what, makes some Muslim comfortable, right? This is retarded. But, again, it's like you don't go to Saudi Arabia and talk about, oh, you know what? I think that we should do things differently here. So if you come to America, assimilate with the fucking culture and buy a fucking dog. If you don't like that, go back to Saudi Arabia, go back to Iran, go somewhere else where they don't allow dogs. It's so simple. So, yeah, I don't get that, man. Is the post real? I don't know if it is or not, but that's what my viewpoint is. Stop trying to come to the country and then change everything to make it accommodate you. It's so obnoxious. So, yeah, you're retarded if you believe this. Well, me? I'm retarded? Why am I'm not even going to read this. It's literally first time chatter. I'm just going to ban them and move on. Who cares? Anyway, we don't go there and remove their goats. No, we don't move goat. I mean, whatever. No, I mean, that's my goat thing. Now I realize what you're saying. But like, no, I mean, like, it's not even about that. It's like, I'm not trying to, like, if they want to oppress women over in Saudi Arabia, have fun. It's not my problem. Like, I can say I disagree with it, but I'm not going to go over there and try to advocate for them to change things. It's not my culture. It's not my country. It's not my problem. And so when I see these people that do this, they have just such a profound sense of self-importance. You mean nothing. You are nothing. Get out. Leave the country. If you don't like dogs, if you don't like the way we're doing things here, then get the fuck out and go back to the shithole that you came from. That's the way I see it. And protecting us, yes, exactly. Check out Atman's video about Midgard, maybe. I'm just saying. And yeah, what do you think your daily ban count is? It's probably not that high, honestly. Pedro Pascal when he gets a little anxious on set. Oh, God. Is that it? It's a bit ironic, don't you think? And game studios release games no one asked for and then blame the gamers for not playing it. Ironic, isn't it? Suicide Squad, Concord, to be fair, a lot of people wanted Skull and Bones. And I think that people did want a Suicide Squad game. They just wanted a good Suicide Squad game. And so whenever you gave them a bad one, and then they said, oh, well, you don't even know what you want. Yeah, they do know what they want. They want a good game and not a bad game. You gave them a bad game. Don't give people bad games. You know, that's it. And do you think you could in the future be part of a game? I don't want to be involved in designing a game. The reason why, I'm going to give you the actual main reason why. Number one, actually, main reason is I'm not passionate about it. I don't really care. And number two, I don't know how to program. And I am a firm believer that whenever you are a leader inside of a project, the leader inside of a project must have in my opinion, a leader must have a larger and better understanding of the way that the job is done than the people that they're commanding. Right? Because if you are the person that's telling people what to do, that's, you know, saying you should do this, you should do that, etc. Like, if you don't even understand that job, you can never be as effective as a leader as, you know, somebody who is. OpenClaw solves this? No, nothing will solve it unless you truly understand it. And I agree, honestly, I do. So that's another reason why. I mean, I've been involved in games before, and it's nice, but I'm not really I'm just not passionate about making video games. I have a lot of other interests in my life, and, you know, it sounds weird because I think that a lot of guys that are like, you know, all of us grew up on, you know, Super Nintendo and, you know, like playing video games, World of Warcraft. A lot of people all wanted to grow up to like be video game designers. I never did. I never wanted to work at a video game company. My dream job was not having a job and sitting home all day and playing video games and hanging out with my friends. I think things have gone pretty well. I do. I think that we've accomplished that.